When you see clearly, nothing bothers you. Buddhist wisdom. There's an invisible veil between us and reality. You can't see it or touch it, but it's there, in every quick reaction, every automatic judgment, every emotion we quietly call me. This veil can turn a simple word into something that stings. It can make natural change feel like danger. It can take a calm moment and fill it with worry about what might come next. The Buddha called this veil avidya, not ignorance in the sense of missing information, but something deeper, a basic blindness to what is actually here right now. And from this single source, all forms of human suffering arise, from everyday frustrations to our most painful struggles. But what if the veil could fall away? What if you could meet life just as it is, without the filter of fear, expectation, or the stories we carry? The Buddha's path invites us to something quietly powerful. When you see clearly, nothing can pull you under. Not because the waves stop, but because you've discovered a different way to move with them. The veil and clear seeing in the Sabha Sutta. The Buddha teaches that everything we experience arises through the meeting of the 6 sense bases with their objects. Eyes with forms, ears with sounds, nose with smells, tongue with tastes, body with touches, and mind with thoughts. It sounds simple, but here's what often goes unnoticed. Between that contact and how we respond, there's a whole world of interpretation unfolding so quickly, we rarely catch it. The Pali term for this is papanka, conceptual proliferation. It's the mind's habit of building layers of meaning from a single impression, then mistaking those stories for what's actually real. The veil has 3 layers, each concealing a fundamental truth. The first is anicca, impermanence. We don't truly see how everything is shifting, even as we look at it. We move through life as if things will stay the same. This relationship, this emotion, this situation. When they change, as they always do, we're caught off guard. We feel hurt, unsettled, confused. Even though we may know, in theory, that everything changes, we still live as if it doesn't. The second is dukkha, the unsatisfactoriness of clinging to what can't be held. It's like trying to hold on to sand. The tighter we squeeze, the more it slips through our fingers. Yet we keep holding on, puzzled by why we always end up with empty hands. The third is anatta, non-self. We look for a solid I to protect, to improve, to prove to others. But when we really look, there's no fixed self to be found. Only a continuous stream of sensations, perceptions, thoughts, and awareness. None of it can truly be called me or mine. So, what does it mean to see clearly? In the Samaditi Sutta, the Buddha describes this as samaditi, right view. Not a belief to adopt, but what the texts call yathabhutanyana dasana, the wisdom of seeing things as they actually are. Take anger, for example. Usually someone says something, and just like that, you become the anger. Your whole sense of being narrows down to one fixed point. They shouldn't have said that. But with clear seeing, something else unfolds. The anger still arises. Being mindful doesn't mean emotions disappear. But now you notice warmth rising in the chest, tightness in the jaw, thoughts looping in the mind. Instead of one solid experience called my anger, you begin to see its parts. Most of us move instantly from stimulus to reaction. Someone says something sharp, and without even realizing it, we feel hurt or angry and respond. It's automatic, like touching something hot and pulling your hand away. But those who see clearly, they live in the space in between. They witness the process. A word is spoken. A sensation arises. A thought begins to form. An impulse to act appears. And in that gentle awareness, something shifts. There's room to choose, not through force or suppression, but through a natural spaciousness that comes from not being swept away. Sometimes it's in the places where we hurt the most. Loss, identity, self-doubt. That clear seeing begins to shift everything. Let's gently begin there. Freedom in pain. There's a kind of suffering no one can escape. Separation, loss, death. But there's another kind we create ourselves, by resisting what cannot be avoided. In the Salatha Sutta, the Buddha draws a simple but powerful distinction. When a person experiences pain, they are struck by two arrows. The first arrow is physical or situational pain, what the Buddha calls bodily feeling. When someone you love dies, there is a real absence, real grief. You can't see them anymore, can't talk to them, can't share your days with them. This is part of life, part of love. It cannot be avoided. Then comes the second arrow, the mental pain we place on top of it. The Buddha describes it as sorrow, lamentation, anguish, distress, and despair. Why me? This isn't fair. I can't live without them. My life is over. What did I do to deserve this? This is the arrow we turn on ourselves through resistance, through the stories we build around what has happened. What many people don't realize is this: most of our suffering doesn't come from the first arrow. That kind of pain is clean. It hurts, but it doesn't break us. The real weight comes from the second arrow, the struggle against what is. When a relationship ends, there is the ache of missing someone, the memories what once was. But then the mind adds its voice. I wasn't enough. Something's wrong with me. I'll be alone forever. No one will ever love me. That's what truly hurts. Not the ending itself, but what we make it mean about who we are. The same happens with death. Beyond natural grief, we add layers of should and shouldn't. They shouldn't have died so young. It's not fair, I can't go on. In doing so, we multiply our pain by wishing reality were something else. With clear seeing, the first arrow still lands. The natural pain is still there. And that's okay. It's the cost of caring, the echo of connection, the mark of a full human heart. But you stop piercing yourself with the second. Instead, you gently acknowledge, pain is here. This is part of life. The Buddha taught Sabbe Sankhara Anicca. All conditioned things are impermanent. Every meeting contains the seed of parting. From the first moment you meet someone, the process of change has already begun. Through time, through distance, or through death. This isn't pessimism, it's truth. And when you see it clearly, something quiet and surprising happens. You begin to love more deeply, not less, because you know each moment is fragile. Not in spite of that truth, but because of it. You hold someone not with grasping, but with deep gratitude for what exists now, knowing it won't last. This is freedom not from pain, but in pain. The capacity to feel deeply without falling apart, because there's no solid I that can be shattered. Just the gentle unfolding of life, which holds both joy and sorrow, both meeting and farewell. Freedom from the prison of self and mind. Praise and blame. Success and failure. Acceptance and rejection. Why do these hold such power over us? The answer doesn't lie in the words themselves, but in what we believe needs protecting. A fixed I that we feel must be defended at all costs. In the Anguttara Nikaya, the Buddha speaks of the 8 worldly conditions. Gain and loss, fame and disrepute, praise and blame, pleasure and pain, Most of us are pulled between these pairs like a pendulum, never quite finding steady ground. Someone says, "You're amazing," and something inside lifts. Before long, you're chasing that feeling, working not for the joy of the task, but for the next compliment. The opposite happens with criticism. A single comment, "You didn't do that well," and something inside contracts. Just a few words, yet they feel like a cage. What's really happening is this. We're defending something we believe is real. A solid, lasting me that can be built up or torn down. The veil of avijja makes that self feel permanent, something that always needs protection. But the prison isn't just made of others' words. What about the voice in your own mind? Have you ever felt trapped by a thought? "I'm not good enough. I'm going to fail. No one truly cares." It loops and repeats, and the more you try to silence it, the louder it grows. The issue isn't the thought or emotion. It's upadana, clinging, grasping, identifying. We don't just have a thought. We become it. We don't just notice, "I'm not good enough," as a passing phrase. We believe it tells the truth about who we are. A fleeting mental event becomes a prison through the story we wrap around it, the identity we draw from it. Do you see the pattern? Whether it's external approval or inner doubt, the same mechanism is at play. We take something impermanent, a word, a feeling, a thought, and treat it as if it defines our entire being. We cling to praise as if it proves our worth. We fear blame as if it threatens our existence. We hold on to thoughts as if they're facts, not passing weather. In the Dhammapada, it says that one who is free from attachment is like a drop of water on a lotus leaf. Praise and blame touch, are seen and slide away, leaving no trace. Not because you've become numb or detached, but because you've seen through anatta, the illusion of a fixed self. With clear seeing, you begin to notice. There is no solid I that must be praised to feel whole or blamed to fall apart. When a negative thought appears, rather than being swept into it, you simply see, here is a negative thought passing through. When praise arises, there is a pleasant sensation, and a thought saying, "I'm good." When blame arises, there is discomfort, and a thought saying, "I'm bad." You see them all as weather passing through the open sky. You're not the weather. You're the space it moves through. When an uncomfortable emotion arises, you don't fight it or drown in it. You stay with it. You feel it as it is. Tightness in the chest, a knot in the stomach, weight in the shoulders. No story, no interpretation, just the bare sensation. And here's the quiet truth. Raw sensation, seen clearly, is never as overwhelming as the story we place on top of it. Sadness, without the extra thoughts, is just a heavy feeling in the chest. Anxiety is tension in the belly, the warmth of pride, the coolness of shame. These are not unbearable. They don't define you. It's like realizing the monster in there was only a coat on a chair, scary only until you look directly at it. In this practice, vimutti arises, liberation. Thoughts still come, but you no longer believe all of them. Emotions still appear, but they don't take over. Praise and blame still happen, but they no longer hold you hostage. You can hear feedback without being wounded. You can learn without becoming defensive. You can live without depending on anyone's approval, including your own mind's. This isn't arrogance or apathy. It's standing on the quiet ground of reality. You're not the image others create of you, not even the image you've crafted of yourself, and not the voice in your head that criticizes or praises. You are something far more open, more fluid, more spacious than any identity or thought can capture. This is the final freedom. release from the prison built by our own stories and the prison shaped by others' opinions. When you're free from both, nothing can truly bind you. So how do you pull down the veil? The Buddha pointed to samasati, right mindfulness, one of the 8 factors of the Noble Eightfold Path. You don't need to sit for hours in meditation, though that certainly helps. What you need is to learn to be present with what's happening, without judgment, without adding layers, without turning away. When walking, know you're walking. When eating, know you're eating. When anger arises, know anger is present. This is the essence of what the Buddha taught in the Satipatthana Sutta, the establishment of mindfulness in body, feelings, mind, and phenomena. One conscious breath, one mindful step, one moment of pausing to truly notice an emotion instead of being carried away by it. Each time you do this, you're training the inner eye, and slowly, almost without noticing, clear seeing becomes more natural, more accessible. The veil grows thinner, more transparent, and sometimes, in rare and quiet moments, it disappears altogether. There's a common misunderstanding that nothing bothers you means you've become emotionally numb, but that's not liberation. That's being disconnected while still alive. With clear seeing, the opposite unfolds. You feel more deeply, not less. You love more deeply, because you're no longer clinging to what you love or trying to freeze it in time. You feel sadness when it comes, but you don't drown in it or turn it into a story of unworthiness. You feel joy when it visits, but you don't grip it desperately, trying to make it stay. There's a Zen saying, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Life continues. The tasks remain, but your relationship to everything has shifted. No longer a struggle, but a quiet dance. No longer resistance, but presence. The question isn't, how can I stop being bothered by things? The real question is, what am I looking through? If you're looking through the eyes of avijja, seeing things as fixed, controllable, and belonging to a solid me, then even the smallest moment can shake you. A word, a look, a change. But if you're looking through the eyes of panya, wisdom, seeing things as they truly are, arising and passing in a ceaseless flow, then even in the midst of chaos, something within remains untouched. Not because you've turned away from life, but because you've finally learned how to meet it as it is. I know this might sound far away from where you are right now. Maybe you're carrying something heavy, a loss, a failure, a heartbreak. Maybe your thoughts feel relentless. Maybe the weight of others' opinions feels too much, and none of that is being denied. It matters. It hurts. It's real. But here's what I want to say. There is a way to hold all of it. All the pain, all the fear, all the not knowing, without being undone by it. There is a way to stay open in a world that sometimes breaks hearts. There is a way to remain free, even when life feels like it's falling apart. The Buddha said in the Kalama Sutta, don't believe something just because someone said it, because it's tradition, or because it's written in a text. Test it, see it, know it for yourself. So, I'm not asking you to believe this. I'm inviting you to try it. Right now, just for a moment, look at whatever emotion is here. Don't judge it. Don't push it away. Don't cling to it. Just see it. See that it's present. See that it's not solid. See that it's not who you are. And in that seeing, you might notice something, a lightness, a bit of space, a breath of freedom. It might feel small at first, just a crack in the veil, but that crack means everything. Because once you've seen through, even for a moment, you know it's possible. And what's possible once can become a way of being. When you see clearly, nothing can disturb you. Not because you've escaped life, but because you've come home to yourself. The waves will still come, but when you know how to swim, the ocean is no longer something to fear. It becomes your home.